All right, all right, all right. We're back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from, once again, the Adirondack Mountains. It's a beautiful morning here. Getting a little late start, as I usually do on my first morning here. Sorry to delay your morning. I know you guys are all sitting around waiting patiently for today's episode. So, let's cut to it. We're going to skip over the music news for today. We'll save some of that for tomorrow, just for brevity's sake. What are we talking today? Can you guys see my shirt in the sun? We got a little Led Zeppelin going on today. We haven't touched Led Zeppelin yet. One of the few bands that I think I will touch on every studio album here at Song of the Day. There are not very many bands that I'm going to do every studio album of. I can think that Van Halen will be one of them. And I don't know who else. I won't even be doing every studio album from Pink Floyd. I mean, that's, or the Cars. I mean, I love the Cars, but not every studio album. Those are the first two bands that come to mind. So, yeah, you're going to have to go through 8 episodes of Song of the Day for Led Zeppelin. So, if you're not a fan, you get a day off. What can I say? You're welcome. So, again, since it's the first Led Zeppelin, you'd think I'd be going with something epic, but I am a slave to the calendar, and I don't make the calendar. I just report on it. And so today is fitting because it is actually on this date. On this date, August 15th, 1979, Led Zeppelin puts out their 8th and final album, In Through the Outdoor. Remember, it was packaged in brown paper sleeve with no picture and just had a stamp on it. I remember that as a kid. Led Zeppelin put 8 albums out in 9 years. Think about that for a minute. Nobody does that these days. 8 albums in 9 years. Crazy, right? That's quite a body of work. No wonder they dominated the 70s. So this album, recorded in 3 weeks' time in November, December 1978. I don't know why it took so long to put out, but it did. What we're going to talk about? Now, we're going to talk about Rolling Stone's review of this record, because I read the review. And I learned early on in high school that I did not agree necessarily with Rolling Stone, whether they gave someone a good review or a bad review. I tended to not agree. So this will be interesting. But in the end, I still think in this particular case, he got most of it right. But what a scathing review. Yeah, we're going to be doing an album that was generally considered really bad, but it's Led Zeppelin. So bad Led Zeppelin is, there's usually at least one good song in there. So they record this record in ABBA Studios in Sweden. And the review from Rolling Stone starts with, hearing John Bonham play drums is the equivalent of watching Clint Eastwood club 8 bad guys over the head with a 2x4 while driving a derailed locomotive through their hideout. You are either horrified by all the blood on the floor, or you want to be able to do it yourself. And it goes on. I find myself hoping that 5 or 6 thugs from some strange country will jump out at me so that I can play Moby Dick on their strange foreign heads. What kind of review is that, right? I don't know. He goes on to say even more. He says, in general, Led Zeppelin, when Jimmy Page provided an awesome riff, of which he usually provided 2 to 3 per song on every album, that was when Robert Plant was at his best, even when his lyrics were a bit misogynist. They were even talking about that then. But when Page was not providing an awesome riff, Plant was equally as disappointing. They rail on the part that the whole first side keeps being dedicated to Baby. Apparently it was during a breakup or just after a breakup from Robert Plant, so he got a little tired of that. He said the best number on the whole album is the one that you can understand the lyrics, the words the least. And he said side 2 of this record has 3 of the least effective songs ever recorded by Led Zeppelin. Wow, right? It seems like maybe this doesn't warrant a song of the day, does it? But there is a song on here that is worthwhile. let's talk about the tracks on this record. Only 7 songs. That's why people put out so many records in a short period of time. They were short. They were short records. In the Evening, South Bend Suarez, Fool in the Rain. I mean, Fool in the Rain is fine, right? I mean, it's fine. Hot Dog, All of My Love. That's all right. I'm Gonna Crawl. What's the last one? Corona Salamba. I don't remember the name of that one. Anyway. So, what did they say in the closing of this review of this record? He said, I thought Van Halen was going to be the next Led Zeppelin until they succumbed to the law of diminishing returns with their second album. I wonder who wants to take the throne bad enough. And I wonder who will take it. Now, Led Zeppelin isn't even Led Zeppelin. The following year, John Bonham would die. So, what do we got for Song of the Day? We're at 6 minutes. It's going to be nice and short for you guys. We're going to be on location, different parts of this preserve, so we'll be moving around. We'll be shaking things up as usual from around here. But from this record, really only 3 listenable songs, and that's All of My Love and Fool in the Rain are 2 of them. And really the only one that comes close to being any kind of Led Zeppelin song by any stretch of the imagination is In the Evening. I actually like that song. I'm fine with it. So that's your Song of the Day. In the Evening, Led Zeppelin. I know there's going to be some Led Zeppelin haters out there. I was late to the party with a lot of this music. Not till the 1990s was I into Led Zeppelin. But I like In the Evening. Like a lot of their stuff. We'll be talking more Led Zeppelin down the road. So that's your Song of the Day. Enjoy it. This is going to be a great day. We're going for a hike later. Sarah's going for a swim, the usual. Hope you have a great Saturday. And as usual, we'll see you on the flip side.